All right, a very good morning, a very good evening, a very good afternoon. Okusinzira awa gy'osinzira okulaba omukutu gwaffe guno ogwadde Gym Show sports as usual wano ku mukutu gwaffe guno mwebale okubeera nga mulaba. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for viewing this channel. A very good morning, but not a very good morning or a very good evening to Arsenal fans because of what happened yesterday. On Arsenal lost against PSG. That was in the semi-finals, first leg for that was semi-finals Champions League. After 16 years, Arsenal had never reached this stage. So yesterday, PSG stepped into their foot. Stepped onto their foot. That's what they say. They lost courtesy of Dembele's fourth minute goal. A game that I think Arsenal didn't step up. Arsenal were so nervy. Arsenal fans also weren't behind their team because when you look at what was in the ground and what you expected, I expected Arsenal fans to be behind their team. Actually, the PSG fans were more louder than the Arsenal fans on the night. So I think Arsenal fans also, I think what brought that was because of the early goal conceded by Arsenal in the fourth minute. In the fourth minute, Arsenal had already conceded a goal, courtesy of Dembele's minutes okay. But apart from that, I think PSG in the first 25 minutes, I think they controlled the proceedings. They were in control of the midfield. I told one of my friends and colleagues that Arsenal without Thomas Partey, the yellow card that Thomas Partey got in the Madrid game dealt Arsenal a blow. Why? Because when you look at Partey, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard in that midfield, that is totally different midfield when you compare it with the one of yesterday. Because Declan Rice was so deep, much as he's good in anchoring, but of late we have seen one of his qualities one of the qualities Declan Rice wedanga you get the ball akwata omupiira n'avuga, get the ball and drive in the midfield. I think yesterday he lacked it because he was so much behind. I think in the second leg things are going to change. The tie isn't over because I was watching and reading through Mikel Arteta's match reaction. He said that the tie is still in first half, just as he said against Madrid that it was the first half matches that won the game. This time round, it is still first half. They still have another half to play, and they have to be more accurate, and then they have to do something special to say that they overcome the tie. I still have a belief that Arsenal still has in them what it takes to get a goal at Parc des Princes, and then I still have a belief that Arsenal, with Thomas Partey back into the team, they just have to do one thing: control at the midfield, just like they did in the first game when they beat PSG 2-0. Unfortunately, or fortunate enough, Dembele might not be in the tie. Why? Because news coming out of France, it is said that Dembele might have pulled an hamstring injury. But the coach was playing it down and said that the injury doesn't look that serious. But what we get from France indicates that Dembele might undergo a thorough check to see that he's fully fit. But if not, I think they're going to miss Dembele for that second leg, because yesterday he was pulling the strings from the midfield, and then that's why Arsenal couldn't match PSG. But apart from that, I still believe that the tie is still far from over. Arsenal can still overturn this tie, just like the Arsenal ladies did it. They went to France and beat Lyon in their own backyard 4-1, and then they qualified for the finals. Still, I think the same thing. Abashala basobola kolaki basobola kukikola singa abana bagenze mu Faransa ne bazanyira ku game plan ya mwana mulenzi Mikel Arteta. Arsenal still has everything in them to beat PSG. PSG has a very good goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma. mulungi nnyo. I think yesterday he was the difference between Arsenal and PSG. Two brilliant saves, one from Martinelli, and then secondly Trossard. I thought Martinelli's case, I think he should have done better. But Donnarumma stood up to the occasion, and then PSG did something that I thought it wasn't necessary. One time wasting. There was no foul against Donnarumma when he fell down in the dying minute. You remember that time when he fell down, and then the referee blew his whistle. There was no contact. His body language showed that he was going to fall down. So he cheated the referee there. Saka's yellow card. There was no way on earth. There's no way on earth you can tell somebody that Saka fouled Mendes. Saka was through to the goal, but the ref called it back. Actually, the liner has cited an infringement by Saka on Mendes, which wasn't the case. I think in the second round, things will still be out there. Arsenal has nothing to lose. Today, olwaleero tugenda kulaba Barcelona egenda kuzanya timu ya Inter Milan. I still think that Barcelona, their weak link is defense. Defensively, they are so poor, but they are very much dangerous going forward. Gavis and the likes are very dangerous when you give them the spaces, of which I know they might get the spaces, but I don't know whether Inter Milan can contain the attack, because I think Barcelona is going to pour out everything to Inter Milan. The only challenge Barcelona has is defensively. Will they be able to contain the attack of Lisandro Martinez and the crew? Let's wait and see. But my prediction still remains. I still believe that Arsenal will play Barcelona in the finals. Remember, 2006, Arsenal played Barca in the final. So I still stand by that, and I still believe that Arsenal still has something to offer in the second leg. More so that Thomas Partey is going to return back to the squad. The midfield without Partey is totally different from the midfield with Partey. There is a way he mans that midfield. He controls the press. He knows how to come out of the press. He knows how to pass those defensive splitting passes that Declan Rice cannot do when he's sitting deep, and he will free up Declan Rice to move ahead. Merino will go back up top. I still think Arsenal has the capability and ability to come back from this style. Looking at transfers, what's happening in your different teams? Team ya Chelsea akigamba nti abeetaaga omuzanyi wa team eya Aston Villa, Morgan Rogers. Chelsea is interested in Morgan Rogers. They want to bolster their attack. According to the Independent, they say that Chelsea are interested in signing Morgan Rogers. Real Madrid, according to the Spanish marker, they still claim that they are still in for the rest of Saliba. Saliba recently came out and openly said and expressed his desires to continue playing for Arsenal, but Madrid are not giving up. They say that they're still in for the player that is Saliba. And then Liverpool want to add in a defensive line. They claim that they are in for Dean Huijsen from Bournemouth, and the defender Milos Kakes. Remember that Robertson might be leaving Liverpool plus Trent Alexander-Arnold. So both of those defenders are needed by Liverpool, plus Eintracht Frankfurt striker Ugo Ekitike is also needed by Liverpool, according to the Daily Mail. And then Italian midfielder Sandro Tonelli is planning to stay at Newcastle, much as he has gone through enough this season, but they say that Newcastle might retain the services of Sandro Tonali. According to TalkSport, it is claimed that Manchester City do not want to let go of their midfielder, that is Jack Grealish. Remember the teams out of the Premiership and then some in the Premiership which are interested in signing the English midfielder, that is Jack Grealish. But according to TalkSport, they claim that Man City are not intending to let Jack Grealish leave for any club this season, more so that they're going to lose Kevin De Bruyne to one of the teams in America come the summer. And then Marcus Rashford could return early to United from his loan spell after he suffered a potential season-ending hamstring. Okay, hamstring, that is Marcus Rashford could return back to United after getting an injury. He got an injury in their last game. Spurs and United are both interested in a French attacking midfielder, that is none other than Ryan Achakik, a 21-year-old from Lyon, is picking up interest from teams like Spurs and Manchester United, and then according to the Spanish paper called Cadena Esa, it is said that Aston Villa are interested in paying a £21 million release clause for Espanyol goalkeeper Joan Garcia. Remember, Joan Garcia has been in the shortlist of Arsenal for almost the whole season, so it is said that Aston Villa are interested in paying his release clause. Arsenal has done all the groundwork, and it is said that the player is more interested in joining Arsenal rather than going anywhere else. So let's see if this transfer news will materialize. But you should know that the player, one of the best goalkeepers in Spain, that is Joan Garcia, is picking up interest from teams like Arsenal and Aston Villa. And Aston Villa betefutefu okuteekayo obukadde 20 omuzannyo nasobola kwanga abegattako. And then mu ngeri y'emu kigambibwa nti omustiimu yabanafe eya team ya Fulham abetefutefu oba they're interested in English right back Ben Johnson with Ipswich suffering relegation. Kigambwa nti according to Sky Sports, kigambwa nti team ya Fulham beetaaga omuzannyi ayitibwa Ben Johnson bagala mujja mu team ya Ipswich. Then finally, it is said that Brazil are in advanced discussion with the Real Madrid manager, that is Carlo Ancelotti, about becoming their boss, with talks ongoing about the Italian support staff. Okay, ensonga yeeyo obudde bonna engeri kiri nti ebintu bikyaganya otambula bulungi eri Ancelotti wali mu ttiimu ya Madrid abeetaaga ekikopo. Kikopo cha Kings Cup kikopo cha Copa del Rey kyabagenzeeko. Barcelona yakitutte ekya league. They are trailing Barcelona by I think 4 or 3 points. 4 points. Yeah, 4 points. That is in the league. So let's wait and see what happens. It is said that Xabi Alonso is among the contenders to replace, that is Carlo Ancelotti. So it is said that it is said that Brazil are in advanced discussion with none other than, that is Carlo Ancelotti, okusinziira ku mwana mulenzi ayitibwa Fabrizio Romano. Ensonga bato bwezikyali gwena ali ku mukutu ogwange guno ogwa Jim Show. Webale okuwuliriza sinakindi okulaba kyenkusaba. What I'm requesting from you, just like, share this video and then hit the notification button. Ensonga zonna zonajja kubanga ozifuna. Mbaagala nnyo. Till we meet again next time. Bye bye. Have a blessed day.